Hey Vegas, welcome back. Vegas is buzzing with some big stories this week. We're going to break down and analyze the 2026 comeback predictions that economists have out there. And we're going to talk about some neighborhood clashing with the neighbors on some big projects in Mountain's Edge. More talk on NV Energy's controversial demand charges and lots more. So stay tuned as we get into today's show. Welcome back, Vegas. Thank you. We have a guest today on our show, Ron Garrett. Thank you, Ron, for being here with me today. Ron has a radio show on AM 670 KMZQ. Yeah. The radio show is on Saturday at 5 p.m., Vegas Live Entertainment Radio. So I'm so happy to have you here with me on the show today, Ron.
Well, thank you for inviting me. I hope I don't disappoint you with my lack of knowledge of the real estate business.
Never disappointing, always a pleasure. So
but I do have some knowledge, so.
Thank you so much.
Just a little bit.
And opening today, we have good news for people. Rates are coming down, finally. We think it's due to the government shutdown, which we'll get into a little bit later today. But the rates are finally dropping. We're seeing rates like for FHA, they're in the high fives right now and conventional low sixes. So we're pretty excited. That's good news for homeowners.
Down a couple of points.
Yeah, down a couple of points. Yeah. So it's good news for people that are buying because rates definitely have been slowing down the real estate market quite a bit this last couple months. And seeing them drop a little bit is giving us some relief. So we're happy to see that. And then our first news article that we have today is about a company called MV Realty. They have locked people into some 40-year contracts. So
40, as opposed to 30, which is the standard?
No, so they're not a mortgage company. No. These contracts that they locked people into, so basically over the last couple years, a company out there called MV Realty has marketed homeowners and offered them upfront cash payments for the right to list their home when they're ready to sell. So basically, these payments have gone anywhere from $500 up to $2,000. They say up to $5,000 in some cases, I guess, based on the price of the home. And they say, we'll give you this money up front, but you are going to have to commit that when you're ready to sell your home, that you're going to sell it with us. And the commitment is over the next 40 years. The issue with this is people didn't really understand what they were signing up for. The company is basically holding them to these listing agreements, these long-term listing agreements, and it's recorded on their property. So it's something that they can't get out of. And if they were to try to list with another realtor or another company besides MV Realty, they would have to pay MV Realty up to 3% for the sales price of the home.
That doesn't sound normal to me.
No, absolutely not normal.
So what they do is that you have to contract with them for the next 40 years, and whenever you decide to sell your house, during that 40-year period, you must list with them.
You have to sell it with them.
And they pay you how much to do that?
So they were offering people upfront fees, which the people that have signed these contracts already got the money, and it was anywhere from $300 to $5,000.
One-time payment.
One-time payment.
Not every month.
No. Just an upfront fee that says you sign this contract, I'll pay you to do so. I mean, to me, it sounds tremendously illegal. I'm sure there's going to be lawyers all over this. Currently, they said there's about 800 people in the Valley that are locked into these contracts. And there was a law passed that was outlawed, that actually outlawed these contracts. That was Senate Bill 355 that prohibits this. But that bill prohibits them going forward and doesn't address the contracts that people have locked into already.
So no new ones, but not addressing the old ones.
No new ones, but not addressing the old ones.
No, it doesn't sound legitimate to me.
Yeah, and there's repercussions. The 3%. So if you were to sell your home with another realtor, you then owe them 3% of that sales price.
Plus what you have to pay to the realtor.
Plus what you have to pay to the realtor, which some people may not mind too much. They say, I'll list with anybody. But this MV Realty, we don't know much about this company. I don't know much about them at all. I haven't really seen their name in the real estate industry much. So in a market where we're at right now, where listings are moving very slowly, and the marketing and the person who you hire to list your home could mean a tremendous amount of money, could cost you a tremendous amount of money based on, who you have there. I mean, the most skilled agents are navigating through this market, and the other ones are having a very hard time. So being tied into a company that you don't know much about, and you don't know if they have the best agents working on this, is definitely something that could cost a homeowner a lot of money.
40 years, most of these new companies won't last that long anyway. They can't have a survival rate that far out.
Yeah. Well, the issue is they added it to the they recorded this agreement to the property, so it's a lien on the property.
Oh.
So therefore, even if the homeowner were to die or pass away, whoever inherits the home is still obligated to this contract. It's attached to the property, so the contract runs with the property, and that is terrible. I don't even know how they got away with it in the first place.
Are they not doing it now? They got stopped?
Well, it's outlawed now. So this Senate bill outlaws it going forward, but there's nothing that they can do with the previous contracts. There are attorneys involved in looking at this. I'm sure there's going to be a class action lawsuit of some sort probably arising from it. So we'll see how this all plays out. But yeah, right now about 800 homeowners are affected by this. So just a great tip to make sure you read what you're signing, because you can get locked into something terrible. And when we come back, we're going to be talking about some outrage happening here in the Valley in Mountain's Edge, and we had a local celebrity entertainer chime in on it because it's going on in his neighborhood. So stay tuned, guys.
Can't wait to hear his name.
Hey Vegas! Celebrate every day in style at the Composer's Room. We bring you non-stop entertainment infused with the vibrant spirit of Las Vegas. Our tavern serves the best drinks in town. Whether you're a cocktail connoisseur or a beer buff, our bartenders got you covered. And let's not forget about the food. Our culinary delights are sure to tantalize your taste buds. Come for the entertainment and stay for the food. Reserve your visit to the Composer's Room today and start celebrating Las Vegas our way.
Looking for a night out that's pure Vegas? Welcome to Jimmy Kimmel's Comedy Club, voted best comedy club in Las Vegas. Located at the Link Promenade, just steps from the High Roller, it's your ticket to big laughs from top comics handpicked by Jimmy Kimmel himself. No two shows are alike. Every night's a headliner, and every seat's a great one. Get your laughs at the best. Jimmy Kimmel's Comedy Club, only in Vegas, only at the Link.
Every home has a story. What's yours? From your first home to your forever home, Trish Williams helps you write each chapter. Real estate is about the life you build. Hire Trish to be part of your story. Trish Williams, Keller Williams Realty. License S.01755530, call 702-308-2878. Start your next chapter today.
Welcome back. Well, here's a story that's shaking up the Valley right now over in Mountain's Edge area. Not quite the master plan of Mountain's Edge, but around that area. Some builders are proposing a 99-lot housing project that has the neighbors pretty much outraged. And one of the neighbors that has chimed in is local entertainer Teller from Penn & Teller. You know a little bit about them, so let's tell.
Well, we've known Penn a long time. He used to be a very big guy, but he's done well with his workouts and everything. They're funny fellas, Penn & Teller.
Yeah.
I don't know if everyone knows this. If you've seen the act, you will know it, that Teller never speaks.
Really?
Right, he never speaks. Even when they're out doing interviews.
Really?
Teller never speaks.
Oh, wow. Well, he spoke this time.
However, he did speak up.
Yeah.
Because I did see a story about that on the news.
Yeah.
And but they're a great act. They've been at the Rio for 25 years.
Oh, wow.
Plus, they have shows running on the networks, on the comedy channels,
Yeah.
and some of the others. And they've been around a long time, and they're very, very nice people.
Yeah, big names in the local community. Their billboards are all over the place. So definitely, and yeah, for someone that never speaks, he spoke out this time.
Yes, he did.
So the issue with this project is it's compromising the integrity of the neighborhood. It's one of those rare areas in Las Vegas where they're zoned on larger lots. I live in an area like that where it's zoned 2 homes per acre. And sometimes, almost monthly, we have to go to these neighborhood zoning meetings where a builder's coming in and trying to throw a bunch of homes on these lots and want to rezone and change the integrity of the community. And of course, in my neighborhood too, we have to go and speak out and push back and say we don't want it. So that's happening here. It will definitely make things a lot more condense in the neighborhood. Could affect walking. Horseback riding is a thing in this community.
Are there horses in that community?
There's
those
horse properties in that community, so it's quite a larger property.
Are they talking about building a very close?
Yeah.
With like the new homes have no property at all. You basically
Exactly.
Your front door is on the front street.
Yeah, exactly.
A little bit of property. So they're in this nice area with all this land, and they want to put this in there and just shove it in there.
Yeah.
And what I did see on the news was that Teller was complaining about the view.
Oh yeah.
And the ambiance.
Yeah.
Will all go away because of something like this.
Right. So he's over in the area that's around Mountain's Edge, and I don't know exactly where Teller's house is, but I assume, just knowing that location in the area where those larger lots are, he probably has a pretty incredible strip view over there where he's at.
Probably.
And I would imagine, just being an entertainer on the Las Vegas Strip, he probably does have a great strip view. So yes, adding all of these homes, which are more likely going to be 2-story homes, clustered with a bunch of homes on one lot, little yards, little spaces, will just kind of ruin the scene
Will
of the
that
neighborhood.
bring down the values of the other homes in the area that have a bigger lot?
It could bring down the desirability of those homes.
I see.
Which could therefore eventually affect the value. So it does have, there's a pour over effect in it regardless. So neighbors are getting together. There's definitely a lot of outrage, and hopefully having a public figure speak out against this will definitely help get some attention on it.
Helps.
So that is good. And that article was initiated from Review Journal, had posted about it, and you said you see it on the news too.
Saw it on the news. Forgot what station.
There's a lot of people talking about that right now. Our next one is Vegas sellers are still winning, just not like 2021. So these are conversations I have every day. Every day, I'm talking to sellers who want to sell their homes. And back in 2022, their home values were quite a bit higher than what they are right now. Right now, we're selling, in my opinion, or based off past sales, a little bit below market value to get a home moving. However, if they've been in the home for long enough, we are still at post-COVID pricing, which before COVID, our pricing was a lot lower. So sellers are walking away with equity, just not as much equity as they would have been if they sold around 2021 or the beginning of 2022. So it's good news, I guess.
What is the median price of homes right now?
Median price range right now is around $450,000, somewhere around that ballpark. I'm not sure the exact number because it's been changing every month. But right now the sales have dropped. The pandemic highs had gone up almost 60%. Home values had gone up almost 60%. And now we're at about 53% of what we were pre-pandemic. So still a big win. And that's one thing that I'm trying to tell sellers when I'm talking to them, where it's when we're looking at, for instance, if you would have sold in 2021, you would have walked away with $150,000, and now we're around $130,000 or $120,000 in profit. It's still not bad, at least you're not negative.
No, it's a reasonable check.
Yeah, it's a reasonable check, and at least it's not a short sell. It's never what anybody wants to hear. They always want to get those higher numbers and see those higher numbers when they're there, but
Let me ask you, will that ever come down under the 400,000 level ever again?
I don't think it will. What I foresee, and we're going to get into some talk on that here too, is I foresee that next year in 2026, we're going to have a pretty strong market, which is going to move those prices back up. There's a lot going on in Vegas. Vegas is a growing city, and with that comes growing prices. And I just really don't see I don't think we're going to see those
Never again.
Median homes below 400 again. It would take something very substantial to make that happen. And this downturn is bad. It feels bad right now, but it's not substantial. We're still in a position where people are walking away with equity, and that really cannot be determined as a crash. A crash would take people to be negative equity. Also, a lot of homeowners right now are choosing to stay in their homes because the prices are dropping and because the values are going down a little bit, and they still have equity. If they're in that position, they're choosing to stay rather than to leave their home and move on or sell it and wait the market out until things.
Well, if you
look
sell
a
your
little
house
better.
now, it's you can't buy the same house for what you're selling it for. It's all changed. You can't upgrade as good as you used to be able to do.
Exactly, and especially with the difference in rates now too. So we're seeing profits, but they are going down a little bit. And when we come back, we're going to talk about how people are betting on the Vegas economy right now. So good news coming up.
Hey Vegas! Celebrate every day in style at the Composer's Room. We bring you non-stop entertainment infused with the vibrant spirit of Las Vegas. Our tavern serves the best drinks in town. Whether you're a cocktail connoisseur or a beer buff, our bartenders got you covered. And let's not forget about the food. Our culinary delights are sure to tantalize your taste buds. Come for the entertainment and stay for the food. Reserve your visit to the Composer's Room today and start celebrating Las Vegas our way.
Looking for a night out that's pure Vegas? Welcome to Jimmy Kimmel's Comedy Club, voted best comedy club in Las Vegas. Located at the Link Promenade, just steps from the High Roller, it's your ticket to big laughs from top comics handpicked by Jimmy Kimmel himself. No two shows are alike. Every night's a headliner, and every seat's a great one. Get your laughs at the best. Jimmy Kimmel's Comedy Club, only in Vegas, only at the Link.
Every home has a story. What's yours? From your first home to your forever home, Trish Williams helps you write each chapter. Real estate is about the life you build. Hire Trish to be part of your story. Trish Williams, Keller Williams Realty. License S.01755530, call 702-308-2878. Start your next chapter today.
And we're back with some good news for our listeners. I'm so happy to be reporting good news finally. Economists are saying that Las Vegas is going to be on fire basically in 2026. There's a lot going on in the city. It's good news for the housing market, good news for the local economy. So, I mean, good news for you too, right?
Good news for all of us, absolutely. I'm a long-time Vegan. I've been in Las Vegas for 55 years already.
Yeah.
And seen a lot of changes in home prices from the time I bought a home.
Oh, yeah.
In the mid-'70s, $48,000 on Viking.
Oh, my goodness. Can
near
you imagine?
Pecos.
Wow.
$48,000 for a cute little house with a nice two-car garage and a nice backyard and a little bit of land.
Yeah.
And that was a long time ago. And then I sold that for about $70,000.
Which felt like a win, right?
Oh, in those days, it's a win. I'm in the 70s now. In 1978, I bought a beautiful detached townhome at Flamingo Crest, right behind St. Viator's Church.
Okay.
You might be familiar with it's at Eastern and
Yep.
Flamingo.
Very familiar.
I paid $78,000 for that house and sold it 5 years later for $125,000. Today, the housing value, my honey Tammy looked it up, is about $450,000 and maybe even more.
Yeah. You know, one of the things that I tell people when I'm talking to them is, and they're asking me if if I think buying a home is a good choice right now, and I tell them to go back and talk to their grandparents and ask them if buying their first home was a good choice, because most of the time their first home and the price that it was then and the price that it is now is substantially different.
Big change.
Yeah, so real estate always is a good bet long term. If you're buying it to live it in it short term, temporarily.
It's always a good idea to buy real estate. I don't think there's never a time where it's not.
Yeah.
Because everyone always says, oh, if I knew what I knew then, now
Exactly.
I'd be whatever. And I'm one of those people who says that.
Well, even during the boom where we had that boom and crash, 2008, and then 2010 was like the bottom of the crash, our prices now are higher than they were during the boom in 2008. So even then, people that may have bought in 2008 at the height of the boom that still have those homes today are still winning. The ones that kept them, that kept their homes through, are still a win. So part of the growth in Vegas that they have right now is there's a $600 million renovation to the Las Vegas Convention Center, which is going to bring in a lot more tourists, a lot more people in that area.
And they just finished rebuilding the Las Vegas Convention Center. They took over all of North Convention Center Drive.
Yeah.
I used to run a hotel there. It was called the Greek Isles. Formerly, it was Debbie Reynolds' hotel.
Yeah.
And I was the general manager there. And across the street was Drek.
Yeah.
And now across the street, and I wish I was still running that property, but it's an empty lot now, is this convention center. We had none of that ability to get people to our hotel. Before they built that, people would come in, but we only had 200 rooms, and we raised the prices during conventions.
Yeah. Well, that right now they're going to be increasing the capacity by 30%.
It's already, how many million square feet is it now?
I have no idea, but it's going to be a lot more.
Huge.
A lot more. Very huge. Our population is also expected to grow by 20% by 2035. So that's probably
That's
California.
500,000 people.
Yeah, that's a lot of people.
That's 500,000 folks.
Yeah, a lot of people, probably people coming from California, and our jobs are projected to increase by 17%. So we have a pretty solid foundation here in the city and lots of room for growth.
Is the people coming from California making the prices go up here in Las Vegas?
Well, I wouldn't. Yes, but the reason why people coming from California, I mean, if you look at a home that would sell here, maybe 400,000, 500,000, in California, that home's over $1 million. So when they're selling a home over there, they have the cash from their profit of their sell. They bring it here, they see the price, there's no pushback on it. They're like, that's a good deal.
That's a good deal.
So they pay cash. Cash transactions usually do not have an appraisal. And those cash transactions will record on the comps the next time an appraisal is done. So therefore, that raises the values a bit quicker. So we do still have the California buyer activity, but we also, even though things are a bit slower now, one of the reasons why things are a bit slower now is because the people that are coming from California's market's very slow right now too, so they're selling a lot slower in California. So it all trickles down, but the future of Vegas is looking bright with job growth and city growth, and they're also looking to diversify the economy a little bit more by adding more jobs that are not hospitality based, so that the city can thrive not only on hospitality, which they've been doing over the last few years, which has done great for our city, and they're going to continue that effort.
We have a lot of other businesses that have come to town other than hospitality businesses, and that's a very good thing.
It is a very good thing, because when hospitality slows down, which you were around here in 9/11. 9/11 was the biggest slowdown in hospitality that we had in the city, and Vegas was dead. Everything in the city was so slow.
I was the general manager at that time of the hotel I just mentioned, the Greek Isles.
Oh, yeah?
It was my second day on the job.
Oh,
and 9/11 happened, and I had a hotel full of airline pilots and pilot attendants, everybody that works in the. Yeah. And they were in the hotel. We had 207 rooms. Half the place was Delta, the other half was United, and they were all grounded.
Wow.
So I had to surround the hotel with security. That's what I did.
Yeah. Yeah, of course.
Little side note there. I'm sorry, Tricia.
No, you're good. That's a very, I could only imagine during that time everybody was
Welcome
terrified.
to the job when I got that.
Yeah, because Vegas was we got hit pretty hard with tourism after that.
We did.
So our next story is the government shutdown. Right now, the government shutdown, that's definitely affecting mortgage rates in a good way. So that is making the rates come down a little bit. So that is good news. But also, it's affecting some federal housing programs like HUD and Section 8 even. It's making them, they're basically halted, so they can't move forward.
So you can't apply right now for any of those?
You can't do anything. All of those divisions are shut down. And also some like federally insured loans, like FHA loans, the application systems are down, so the verification processes are delayed. So in mortgages and things that people are doing in real estate right now, the government is affecting things slightly and making things go a little bit slower. So
I was hoping they'd close the IRS. Apparently that didn't happen.
I know. That's the only part of the government we could shut down and leave shut down.
We could shut that one down, right?
Yeah, don't bring them back. So, yeah, definitely. And speaking of like just big corporations we don't like.
NV Energy?
NV Energy. So we talked about this a little bit on the last show, and they have these new demand fees, which are making people very upset. And the outrage, I guess, I see on this, and a lot of people are having right now, is solar customers.
Tell me how this is working. What are they doing that's making this a problem for the solar customers?
So if you, for instance, I have solar in my house, right? So during the daylight hours where the panels are producing energy, I'm not pulling energy off the grid.
Right.
Okay. So that energy is not, not being used during NV Energy's hours. But sometimes during the daylight hours, once my panel's capacity is up, then I am pulling energy off the grid. So they're going to bill you at the rate of your highest 15-minute increment. So if that highest 15-minute increment happens during the sunlight at the hours that my panels have already reached their capacity of production, I'm getting billed the rest of the day at that rate, even though I only used, because they have different structures for different hours of the day. So I'm going to be getting billed at the highest peak for the rest of the power that I used that day.
Did this just happen, or have they been doing this all along on a smaller scale?
They haven't been doing this all along. They just introduced it. It's going to be coming in January 2026. They sent out an email that yes, solar customers' rates will increase, or their bills will increase, and everybody's bills are going to increase slightly. And the reason why is to balance out or diverse. They use the term that you have to pay your fair share, basically. So solar customers are going to basically help take some of the burden off people that don't have solar. So everyone's basically paying their fair share as far as the NV Energy reported. But the trouble is, people did not get solar for free. And you do not get solar for free. So solar customers are basically double paying with the new demand fees, which is not fair. And I don't know how they think it's fair. So a lot of people are very upset with this. There's some attorneys that are involved in this.
So how do you beat this back? How do you get rid of this?
In my opinion, unless the attorneys, can win this
file a lawsuit,
case,
I guess,
a lawsuit, there's nothing really you can do, because if you don't like NV Energy, you can't even go off the grid. That's not a thing. So you're just kind of
You got to build your own grid.
Yeah, you're just kind
of
like
the Bellagio.
Stuck. Yeah. So, hey, if you guys want to keep in touch, stay tuned, follow the show. We're here on Hey Vegas Network, Hey Vegas TV Network, Vegas Realty Check. You can also tune in to follow me and get some more information on realtycheck.vegas. And Ron, our guest today, which Ron has a lot of information and has a really great show, and you can hear him on Saturdays. Ron,
Saturdays at 5 o'clock, KMZQ, AM 670, and on Facebook Live, but especially on Hey Vegas TV.
Hey Vegas TV, we're all right here. And thank you so much, Ron, for joining me on the show today. So see you guys next time.